Hunter got in. I don't see her. Miss Hunter, are you in? Let me try it again. I got to get Miss Hunter in here. She's the one that talks to me. Her and Mr. Grindle. The rest of y'all weaned on pickle, except for Mr. Pack. He talks to me every now and then.
I talk to you.
Hey, Miss Wilson.
Hi.
Okay, so let's go to the homework, or I'm gonna go to the study plan because it's got more problems. We went over that one the other day. That's 67 was the one we did in class.
Yeah, we went over 67 through
and I'm gonna start on
75.
68. Yeah. Okay, we did 65.
No, I said 67 through 75.
Oh, okay. Because we're going to work on those next. We're going to work on multiplication and division next. Okay. Here's one. This is number, let me make sure. I think this is the next one, 68. So let's go ahead and work on that one. I want you to work on that one. I'm going to be writing it down. Hunter, there's something's not working with her because evidently I'm trying to call her in and it's not. Let me play y'all are right, and I'm going to reply to her. Tried to call you twice. You may need to get out of Teams and come back in. We'll see. She's got availability, but she's not answering the call. I'll try it one more time or see if she replies. All right. So give y'all a minute to work on this one. 5, 6 minus 4 ninths. And I'm going to put a 6 here and a 9 here. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. And I'd like to get Miss Hunter in here, but she hadn't replied yet. She may have done what I said and got out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. There we go. And let's say that I have no earthly idea what 6 and 9 will go into. And that's easy for some of y'all because you don't know your multiplication tables. So 3 will go in there 2 times. 3 will go in there 3 times. 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. What's 9 times 2? 18. I got some of y'all because some of y'all put 54. And that's not correct. 6 will go into 18 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. 9 will go into 18 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. 15 minus 8 is 7, I think. Y'all check me. And that's 7 over 18. Now, usually, I get a student that will ask me after I do a problem like this, they will say, well, I did it with 54 and I got it right. Is that okay? You do whatever you want to. But when we get some BA denominators and you multiply both those BA denominators and it comes out to be 12,426, knock yourself out. Okay? I'm showing you the best way to do these problems. Okay, remember, I show it to students that don't know how to do it. If you know how to do it, or if you think you know how to do it, or if you've been taught the wrong way, then you need to make a decision which way you need to follow. I'm going to go ahead and get that out there right now to answer the one that says, well, I used 54 and I got the same answer. Well, just remember, they're not always going to be this small. They're going to be big. Okay, who's got a question on that one? Okay, did Miss Hunter ever come in? Let me see. Let me look and see. Miss Hunter, are you there? Well, there she is, Miss Hunter.
I'm here.
Okay, tell me what happened.
I don't know. It just wasn't letting me join. It kept saying when you started recording, it kept saying recording in progress, and it didn't give me the join.
When did you log in to Teams? Did you log into Teams right before classes started?
No, it was like a few minutes afterwards.
You logged in after class had started.
Yes.
That's why.
Okay, so you can't log in afterwards. Okay.
I would log in before. Remember me telling y'all, if you log in before and I call you in, it should give you a join button. But it should give you a join button afterwards, but I don't know why it's not. And it must be happening to several people because every class I get one or two that will message me and say, I don't see the join button. Now, I think it has something to do when you log in. That's just my educated guess. All right. So we just did this problem. This is the first problem we did, Miss Hunter. So I'm going to go to the next problem. What do we get? 7 over 18? 7 divided by 18. Let's see if we feel good about ourselves. Yes, we do. All right, let's do a nerd. Now this one's going to be pretty easy because 7 is prime. This is 4 over 7 plus 4 over 35. And I'm going to act like I don't know what the common denominator is. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put 7 and 35. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. And I know 7 will go into 7. 7 will also go into 35. So in this case, 35 is our common denominator. Now, this does not happen all the time. This only happens when you have a prime number that will go into a composite number. So you can't say, oh, that's going to happen all the time. No. And you can't say, I'm just going to multiply 7 by 35. Okay. And you'll get 245, I believe. That's not a good number to work with. So I'm going to do it the way it's supposed to be done. I'm going to put a 35 here. And I'm going to put a 35 here. And 7 will go into 35 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. 35 will go into 35 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. A lot of people always say, Hubert, why do you do 35 will go into 35 one time and 1 times 4 is 4? Why can't you just rewrite it? Because I'm trying to show you the process. Remember, I'm teaching the student that don't know how to do it. I'm not teaching the student that already knows how to do it. And 20 plus 4 is 24 over 35. Why am I not having to reduce my answer? Can anybody tell me why I'm not having to reduce?
I don't know.
There are no common divisors.
Well, why aren't there?
Because it's in its lowest form, nothing.
There you go. Good job, because I've done what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm getting the prime factorization, which is the lowest number that will go into 35 and 35. So if you do what you're supposed to do, you don't have to what? You don't have to reduce. Now, I know I've stepped on some toes because I know some people out there are multiplying this by 54, and this one, you either took 7 times 35 or you knew, and that's okay if you knew that 35, that's nothing wrong with that. If you knew that it was 35, good, but you don't multiply the two together. That's either somebody that don't know what they're doing or that wasn't taught how to do it correctly. All right, let's do another one. And what do we get? We got 24 over 35. All of these that I'm doing are test questions. So if you want to get ready for the test as far as 5.3, half or 3/4 of 5.3 test questions, we're doing them right now. So 1/9 plus 2 over 15. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on that while I write it down. 9 and 15. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. I'm going to give y'all a second or two to do this one because it's a good test question. And because I have confidence in you. I'm just kidding. I don't have confidence in y'all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. At least you know where I stand, right? All right, so 3 will go into 9 3 times. 3 will go into 15 5 times. 3, 1, and 5. And 5, 1, and 1. So 9 times 5 is 45. Now see, if you didn't know how to do it the correct way, you would have multiplied it 9 times 15, which would have gave you 135. And see, that would have been a big number. And not many people know how many times 9 will go into, 135, even though it's 15. And 15 will go in 9 times. So, you may think it's easier that way, but when you put the answer down in highest terms or non-lowest terms, then you're going to get the answer wrong and you did the math semi-correctly. You just didn't reduce at the end. And then you're going to come to me and whine and complain and try to get the answer right, and I'm going to say, oh, hell no, because you didn't do what you were supposed to. All right? So 9 will go into, I know, I'm such a boss. 9 will go into 45 5 times, and 5 times 1 is 5. Yeah, what happens if you don't do what you're supposed to in the real world? You get written up. And you get written up more than twice or 3 times, what happened? You get terminated. 15 will go into 45 3 times. 3 times 2 is what? 6.
6.
5 plus 6 is 11 over 45. And you feel good about yourself.
Sure.
Somebody's out there going, this is not that difficult. No, it's not. If you know how to do the greatest common divisor, you know how to do adding and subtracting fractions. But people that have trouble with adding and subtracting fractions have never been taught how to find the greatest common divisor. Don't you feel good about yourself? Okay, nobody's gonna say anything. You don't feel good about yourself. Okay.
Not really.
No, sir, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay, well, women, the only thing that y'all do is y'all put on too much makeup when you don't feel good about yourself and you look like a
I hate makeup actually.
I know. Well, that's what you do. Because you
not
ever
me.
seen these Oompa Loompas, orange face and white neck? That's guys, if you ever see a Oompa Loompa, run another direction. because those.
Are you
those girls are
sure we
crazy.
don't just dump them in the chocolate river?
No. You just run. If you see an Oompa Loompa or an Oompa Loompa likes you with the orange face and white neck and all the makeup, leave, run, jump out the window. Oh Lord, we're gonna quit on this one. We're not even gonna do this one. Why?
Because there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. Oh heck no, we can't do this.
It's awful.
Yeah, 1/10 plus 1/30 plus 1/70. God, this looks like at least 5 or 6 test questions on the test. I don't like this one. I like this one because people won't even do them. They'll quit before they even get started. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13, 10, 30, 70. And I'm going to give y'all a minute or 2 to work on it. See, girls, y'all got all kind of indicators for guys because guys are stupid. And they don't grow, most don't grow out of stupidity until about 35 years old. So you've got all these indicators, like number 1 indicator of a guy that you should run away from is the one that wears sunglasses indoors. Bet anybody want to bet me? You run like Hades.
What if they wear
Oh.
socks with their sandals?
Well, I don't know about that because I haven't seen that very often. So, and I don't look at guys' feet, so I wouldn't know. I don't wear socks with my flip flops. I do have sandals, and when I wear sandals, I usually don't wear socks with them. So I don't know what that says about me, but I don't want to know. Second indicator is if they do weird things with their vehicle. Like number 1 indicator is if you see a guy with smokestacks on a pickup truck, run away as fast as you
They are
can.
definitely compensating for something.
There you go. You're either short, got no hair, and we won't discuss anymore.
Then again, this is the South, so it's pretty common.
No, there's no need for smokestacks on a pickup truck. There's no need for it. Do y'all know why smokestacks are on trucks anyway?
Why?
Does anybody know?
No.
In the early 50s and 60s, when the big trucks came out, the exhaust was coming out from behind the gas tank right beside the cars. And back then, we didn't have a lot of cars with air conditioning. So what would happen at a red light when you pulled beside a big truck?
It would
You'd
intake all
inhale
the
it.
exhaust.
You'd inhale all those exhaust fumes. So what they did is they started making big trucks, put the exhaust above the cab and above the trailer. And that is why we have smokestacks. It doesn't have a God in heaven thing to do with the power of the truck or the torque of the truck. It's just that somebody is in the truck and they've got overcompensation issues. Same thing with the guy that walks into a building and looks at his vehicle 5 or 6 times before he goes into the building. Or somebody that buys $10,000 worth of audio and video equipment to go into a $2,000 car. You have to look for those indicators, girl. Run. All right. So 2, we'll go into all 3 of these. You can use 5. You can use 10. I'm going to use 2 because I always start with 2 or 3. That's what I always start with. So I'm going to do 2, and that'll be a 5. That'll be a 15, and that'll be a 35. Now, of course, I see all those 5s. First thing I'm going to go with is 5. 1, 3, 7. 3, 1, 1, 7. 7, 1, 1, 1, and there is my common denominator, and I have a 10 here, so anybody can multiply by 10. So 3 times 7 is 21, times 10 is 210. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people in here right now that would not have ever gotten the common denominator if they hadn't have done this. Now, a lot of you, there's some of y'all who, oh, we'll take 30 times 70. No, 30 times 70 is 2100. And multiply that by 10, you get 21,000. So it pays off to know how to do this right here. And now the second good feature is this. How many times will 10 go into 210? Now let's say you have no earthly idea. You go over here to your handy dandy and you mark out 10. Somebody turn your volume down, please, because I hear myself at the very end. And I'm going to put a mark beside 10. What's left? 21. So 10 will go into 21. I meant 210 21 times. So 10 will go into 210 21 times. 21 times 1 is 21. How many times will 30? I'm going to mark out 30. Let me get my other pen. I'm going to mark out, put a mark beside 30. What is 30? 30 is 3 times 10. So there's 10 and there's 3. 7 times. 7 times 1 is what? 7, Hubert. Thank you for the interaction, class. Appreciate it. And how many times will 70 go into? Well, mark out 70. 70 is 10 times 7. 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3.
3.
Now, after I've shown y'all 3 or 4, I think this is our 4th or 5th problem. How hard is adding fractions?
It's not that bad.
It's not. But how many of you came into this class? You don't have to raise your hand or say anything. How many of you came into this class not being able to add or subtract fractions? A lot of you probably. Or some of you were very rusty, or some of you didn't know. And that's because you didn't know how to do the greatest common divisor. So 21 plus 7 is 28, and 28 plus 3 is 31, and our answer is 31 over 210. Now, if you wanted to somebody takes 70 and multiply that by 30, you get 2,100, and multiply that by 10, you get 21,000. You go ahead and try this with 21,000 as the common denominator. See if you don't quit in the middle of the problem or reach for a calculator in the middle of the problem. That's what students do because they don't know how to find that 210. Let's do a nerd. Oh yeah, this is on a scale of 1 to 10, this being a test question, about 135. So from 1 to 10, it's about 135. That'll be on your test. 3 fractions, yes, it will be on your test. Next, what do we get? We got 31 over 210. Another indicator, girls, if they're still living at home and they're 25 years old. And if they're 25 years old and still playing PlayStation all day long and not working. Those are several good indicators.
That
Next.
is true.
All right, y'all try that one. Somebody's still got their do-jigger up, but that's fine. I'd rather y'all interact than not. 1 over 40 minus 7 over 50 minus 17 over 60.
I got this one wrong for some reason.
Well, you're not going to get it wrong now because you're going to redo it, and I bet you're going to get it right. You know why? Because I am awesome. That's why. I'm just kidding. Goes that laugh again. Somebody's laughing. Not going to be somebody going to get mad at you for laughing. Y'all already in the doghouse for interacting. Y'all not supposed to interact with me. So somebody's going to say something to y'all. Oh, somebody write down something in the chat. What about Xbox? If you're playing Xbox and you should be working, making a living, women should run in the other direction. Period. Unless they just want to, you know, work 60 hours a week to support somebody that doesn't work, you know. But you're excused, Mr. Cameron, because right now you're in school. So I'm assuming you're either a high school student coming out of high school or you're, you know, going to school a good bit. So you're excused. Now, if they're going to school, that's different. They're trying. I knew somebody that stayed with their mom and dad till they were 30 years old.
Ew.
Yeah.
At what age do you think a man should move out of parents' house?
I think between 18 and 25, because I think they need to get with the program so they find out how stupid they are.
Right.
Because men between 18 and 25, they're eat up with stupid. Most of them. And the sooner they get out in the real world, the sooner they're going to find out that their mouth will get them in trouble. And, you know, there's always somebody bigger. And if I don't work, I don't eat. They find those things out early. That's why the military is 100% changer for a lot of stupid guys, including me.
Plus, I take
We
care
have,
of
everybody says everybody wants free college. Everybody wants free college. I got free college.
you. Yeah, I do too.
I went in the military. You want free college? Go in the military.
You just got to give them 4 years. It's not that
Yep.
bad.
And by the time you get through with that 4 years, one, you're going to know how to act. And two, you're going to be so thankful you're from the United States of America that you're going to kiss the ground when you get back. And you might get to shoot a weapon, all that too. All right, so here we go. Let's go to our handy dandy Winder. There we go. And I'm going to put 40, 50, and 60. Two, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. But you don't need to listen to me because I'm a terrorist. So 2 will go into all of these. 2 will go into 40 20 times. 2 will go into 50 25 times. 2 will go into 60 30 times. And I'm going to automatically go to 5. 5 will go into 20 2 times. 5 will go into 25 5 times. 5 will go into 30 6 times. 2, 1, 5, 3. 3, 1, 5, 1. And 5, 1, 1, 1. And there's a 10. And there's a 10. Why am I worried about the 10s? Because any of y'all can multiply by 10. What's 10 times 10? 100.
100.
And 100 times 3? 300, Hubert. That's right, class. And this is what some of y'all do. Let me go ahead and multiply all this up. This is what some of y'all do before you know how to do it. 40 times 50 times 60. That's 120,000. And that's what you would do if you didn't know how to do the least common or the greatest common divisor. 40, well, let's say I don't have any idea how many times 40. I go over here and I mark out 40. What is 40? 40 is 2 times 20, or 8 times what? 5, or let's see, there's 4. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something's wrong.
I was about to say I got 600 as my answer for this part.
Okay. I messed
Yeah,
up.
so did I, and I was like, huh?
Okay, all right, let's do it. Let's do it on 3. I hate when y'all do that. Y'all say nothing about a mistake until after I find it. All right,
Well,
on
I mean,
3, I want
I already
everybody
got-
to say.
You're the
On
teacher.
3,
You
I
know
want
more
everybody
than
to
me.
say. That's what I thought. 1, 2, 3. So you won't say it when you're supposed to. All right.
Well, the thing is, I
So-
still got it wrong, so it doesn't matter.
2 will go into 40.
Okay, I got 71 over
Okay,
6.
hold on. 2 will go into 40 2 times. No, 20 times. 2 will go into 50, 25. 2 will go into 60, 30. 5 will go in, there it is. There it is. Okay, I found my error. Thank y'all for catching it, but I knew something was wrong because I didn't have another 2 in here. All right, 2 will go in there 2 times. 2 won't go into 5. 2 will go into 6. I'm going to go ahead and do 3. 3 will not go there, so that comes down. 3 won't go in there, but 3 will go in there. 5, that comes down. And 5 there, and then 2. There's my extra 2. I knew I needed another 2. Now, that's supposed to be 600. Sorry about that. All right, now, 40. Because I didn't have another, I couldn't get 40 up here, and I knew something was wrong, and I kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it, and I said, wait a minute, something's wrong. And whenever I say that, that's when everybody says, yeah, I thought that was wrong. So I got to say those words before everybody, I'm just kidding. All right, so there's 2 times 5, and I need a 4. Well, there's a 4, so 15 times. So 40 will go into 600 15 times. Let me check to make sure. There's 10 times 4, 15. 15 times 1 is 15. 50, well, where is 50? 50 is 5 times 10. So there's 5, and there's 10, and that leaves 6 times 2, which is 12. And 12 times 7 is 84, I believe. 50 will go into 600 12 times, and 12 times 7, y'all check my math, and 60 will go into 600 10 times, and 10 times 17 is 170. And 15 minus 84 is going to be 69. Somebody help me out there.
Are you trying to subtract these?
Yeah,
Can you-
15 minus
you know-
84. Somebody take 15 minus 84 and tell me what you got.
Can you not go backwards on that, or do you have to go that way?
What do you mean backwards?
That's
So, like,
negative
I
69.
took the biggest number, so I did 170 minus 84 minus 15, and I got 71 over 600.
Well, I think that, I don't know if that's going to be right or not. Hold on, because you got to be careful with subtraction symbols. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. 170 and 69. That'd be 1 and 16 minus 6 is 101. I get 101. No, that's not right. I've subtracted. That'll be 239, I believe. Yeah,
So you go
Negative
from left to
239
right, subtracting?
over 600. That's what I got. Y'all check my math. Check it right here where I took 15 minus 84. Check that and make sure it comes out to be negative 69.
Yeah, that does.
And then take negative 69 and subtract 170. See what you get. Okay, I'll check it. Let me get my calculator pulled up. Thank you, Miss Vanessa. That's what I thought. Thank you.
Yeah, you get negative 239.
So I think that's the answer, but let's check. Let's
So-
check and see what the homework says.
So when you subtract these, you just start from the left number and then just subtract going
Yeah,
right.
we're going to get into that. Yeah, that's in
Okay.
5.2, but a lot of you know how to do subtraction because you've had it in other classes, but we're going to go over it. 600. And that's the answer.
So why couldn't you have just done the biggest number first?
Because you go left to right when you're doing addition and subtraction, or subtraction and addition, or addition and addition, and you cannot remember the only two that are commutative. Remember this, and I might have shown y'all this before. Hold on.
Okay, well, why are you doing that? You have 3 minutes. Is
Okay, thank you.
112.
Okay, thank you. Commutative. What does commutative mean in mathematics? Anybody want to take a guess at it?
That they work together.
Not together. Kind of together, but that's not exactly what it means.
Separate but equal.
2 times 3 is equal to what?
3 times
3
2.
times 2. And 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus what? 2. 2 times 3 and 3 times 2 are both equal to what? 6. 2 plus 3 and 3 plus 2 are both equal to what? 5. What happens when you do 2 divided by 3 and 3 divided by 2? Do you get different answers? Well, 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. 3 divided by 2 is 3/2. Are they equal? Yes or no? No, they are not
No.
equal. What happens when you do subtraction? 2 minus 3 and 3 minus 2. What's 2 minus 3?
Negative 1.
And what's 3 minus 2?
Positive 1.
And they're not equal. So when you're dealing with numbers, it doesn't matter if you're adding and multiplying. That doesn't matter. But when you're dealing with division and subtraction, you've got to go in a certain direction. And when you've got two negatives, you go left to right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you add all three of them, if you add all three of those negatives, you're probably going to get 239. Now, you can do that, but you got to be careful with subtraction. You should be able to get 239 or whatever our answer was by adding those three negatives together. You should be able to get that. But we're going to get into that with 5.2. And I know a lot of you saying, well, hey, how are we supposed to know that? Well, I'm sorry. All of you are high school graduates, and most of you should know that a positive minus a negative, or 15 minus 84 minus 170, that comes out to be negative 239. Okay, but we're going to go over it for those that have forgotten. We're going to go over it, and those of you that haven't had it in a while, we're going to go over that in 5.2. Right now, I just want everybody to see that the 5.1 leads into 5.3. Now, again, right now, I think we just went over, was that the last one, Miss Grindle? You said 75, or do we have an, okay.
No, that
There's
was
another
it.
one right there.
Oh,
Do
was
we
there
have
one?
any more? There's, okay,
It
there's
is
a couple.
115.
Okay, there's a few more you can work on, but I'm not really worried about you working on it right now, because right now, I want everybody in this class to be working on this weekend. I want everybody to be working on 5.1 and 5.3. Those numbers, what were they, numbers 67 through 75? Is that what it was, Miss Grindle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is on your homework. Okay, if you want to work on 5.3 mixed numbers and you know how to do that homework, that's fine. But right now, I want everybody to be working on these two mandatory for Monday. Also, we are going, okay, that's for 120. That's for the 120s, not y'all. Okay, so I will see y'all Monday. And if you have any questions, you can hang around after class for a few minutes, because I've got to take my son somewhere, so I'm gonna have to go after a few minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording, and y'all can leave and have a good weekend. And those